Today's video is going to be a little bit different than most of the videos that you see in my channel. In this video, I am going to be showing you 5 different projects that I have spread over 5 different days. The majority of my videos are usually about cacti and succulents, but in this video I will be showing you some perennials and some other garden maintenance project that I'm doing. With the exception, there is one video about succulents. All right, so here we go. I hope you enjoy my video. So today is Sunday and 11:30 in the morning, and it is 72 degrees. And I thought I would go ahead and plant this rosemary plant right in here along this garden that I have here. So here's the rosemary plant that I'm planting today. It's pretty dry, but I think what I'll do is I'll dig the hole, put some water in that hole because this ground is very dry. You'll see when I start digging it up. And I'll fill it with water, let the water soak down. I'll plop my plant in, water that, and then fill it back up. Oh, what do you know? I can kind of dig into it. See how dry the dirt is. I need to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to fill this hole up with a little bit of water and we'll let it soak in. It has been 5 minutes and the hole is still draining, so you can tell that it is clay soil. Even though it didn't look like clay coming out, that's because the ground is just so dry. Okay, it has been 16 minutes and it still has not yet drained. So once it drains, I am going to amend the soil because rosemary does not like heavy clay soils. They can, die of root rot. So I am going to amend the soil once this drains down a bit more. Okay, it's been 18 minutes and there's still a lot of water in here. So I am going to put some cactus and citrus and palm soil mix in here. Okay, I'm going to dig some of this out of here that I've mixed. Going to put a little bit of Osmocote in. Okay, yeah, this is dry. All right, I'm going to water that a bit more. Okay, I'm going to let that soak down a bit more and then we'll finally get this in the ground. Okay, it's drained a bit. I'm going to start adding some soil back in here, or I should say mud. Well, I'll just use my hands. I was going to put gloves on, but I'd rather my hands get muddy than my gloves. And I will not be watering this since the dirt is so wet, and because I watered this root ball also. Put some of the native soil back in. Almost there. Want to make sure I get the air pockets out. We've been having some nice cloudy days lately, but a little bit humid. Okay, that looks good. Now, I wanted to show you, if you're ever in doubt as to when to water, because rosemary plant likes to dry out in between waterings. You don't want to overwater it. So you can use a moisture meter if you're not sure. You can always stick your finger in the soil, and if it's dry about to the top 2 inches or up to your knuckle, then it's probably time to water, but we can check this way. Okay, you can see that it registered moist, and now wait, further down it's wet, so I will not be watering this in at all. So these are pretty handy. So if you're ever in doubt as to if something needs water, I highly recommend one of these. These are about $7 or $9. No battery. I don't believe there's no battery in here. All right, let's get the rock on. So that is it for Sunday's project. Stay tuned. Don't turn it off, because the video is going to be continuing with Monday's project. It is Monday. It is sunny outside, 79 degrees, and it's a very nice day to be outside planting. Okay, today I am going to be planting a California native plant, and this is known as Scrophularia californica. And this is also known as the California bee plant or the California figwort. And here you can see what the blossoms look like on it. Now, I looked up information about this plant, and it said it blooms in the spring, but it looks like it's blooming now. And they will get teeny tiny little flowers. And let me give you a close-up here of what this will look like. And so this hummingbirds love this plant, bees love the plant, and a certain type of butterfly likes this plant. So it is a good one to put in, and as I said before, it is a California native. And if you want, not only if you're in California, but if you want to attract a lot of birds and native bees to your garden, it is recommended to plant plants that are native to your area. And in our area, a lot of times these native plants do not come out until end of September or sometime in October. That is the time to plant these California natives. And also, as a general rule, they do not like fertilizer. They just like whatever soil you have. So we'll see how my soil is where I'm going to be planting them. But before I get it in the ground, I thought you might be interested in this book. This tells you all about how important it is to have native plants growing in your yard. So this is good for anyone to read in the US or in other countries. It's a great resource, and you can go online. They have a website, and you can find out what is best to plant in your area. Okay, let me also tell you before I get to planting, this plant can reach a height of 2 to 3 feet tall and 2 to 3 feet wide. The flower is red. It says flower time is spring. It likes full sun to partial shade. For the soil, it likes it moist and well drained. So I'm going to plant this one in my backyard. I do have a California native section in my front yard, but those I very, very rarely water. And since this one likes some moisture, I'm going to keep it here in my backyard so I can keep an eye on it. Okay, let's plant it up. Okay, I'm thinking the plant should look good right here. You can see the rosemary plant that I planted yesterday. And so I think this is a good spot. I'm going to have it a little bit closer to the wall. And you might be wondering why I don't plant something to cover up the utilities. However, I don't want to fight a plant, a shrub, or a cactus if I'm trying to access the circuit breaker. So that's one of the reasons why I do not plant in front of utility boxes, to take away the tension. The attention will be down here anyway with whatever you have in the ground. All right, let's get it in the ground now. Okay, let's get this in the ground. Now, I may or may not amend the soil. I probably won't. Well, we'll see how the soil is, but as I said before, as a general rule, whenever you're planting a native plant, you plant it in your native soil. But this stuff is pretty bad, but we'll see. Yeah, I think about right here is good. All right, that's looking good. Okay, I think I might amend this a little bit, but not as much as what I did yesterday. And I don't think I'm going to soak the hole this time. I'll just water it in really good. There, that looks good. All right, let me get a little bit of soil to put in here. Oh, I'm not going to fertilize it because supposedly it is not good to fertilize a native plant. So I'm just going to add my little bit of amendment and get it covered up. I'm going to mix this in with the native. Okay, I think that's how I want it. Oh no, I broke a branch off. I have to be a little more careful here. And I'm not going to disturb the root ball on this. Before I put the rock back on, I'm going to water it in because it might sink a little, and then I'll press on it to get out any air pockets. Let me try that now. Okay, I'm going to get that watered in. I think the variegation on the leaves of this plant are really pretty. Oh yeah. I'm going to add more dirt in here. I'll let this soak a bit and then I'll add more dirt. Okay, here it is. Oh, I broke one more off. Oh well, stuff happens. I think it's pretty. And then once again, here's the rosemary from yesterday. And here's a look stepping back. Today is Tuesday. It is 1:30 in the afternoon and 75 degrees. It is just a lovely day. Now today, I am going to be planting up these plants here. And let me show you what I have. Can't really call it a fall container because it's not fall colors. But I'm planting it in the fall, so I'm going to call it a fall container. Anyway, so what we have here is Scaviola. Let me give you a little more information. Okay. The water requirements, medium water requirements, 6 or more hours of sun each day. Space 20 to 24 inches apart. Height can get 12 to 20 inches. The blooms are in spring through late summer. Okay, so we'll be putting that one in the into this pot. And the other one that I have, I think the blue flowers on this are really pretty, or bluish purple. Okay, now this one is Evolvulus Blue Days. Grows best in full sun, grows to 12 inches, water 2 to 3 times per week until established. All right, and these are all bee pollinator type plants that the bees like them and other pollinators. Now this is really pretty. That is a sage. This is blue set, Russian sage. And let me see, height 14 to 22 inches, space 16 to 24 inches apart. Works well in landscapes and mixed combos. It flowers late spring through autumn. So I'll probably get quite a few, have some blooms out here for, probably, gosh, maybe for another month or two or more. We'll see. Okay, let's get them in the pot. I'm going to put the sage in the back. All right. Oh, you know what? I need fertilizer. Hold on. I'm going to put some Osmocote in. Okay, this is slow release. Now this one's a little root bound. I think that looks really nice. My patio needed a little bit more color, and this will do it. All right, that's it for now. Well, it is Wednesday. It is 11:30 in the morning, 72 degrees, and you can see that my mailbox is full. I have not touched this for 2 years, and it has grown quite a bit. I'll put a link up above if you want to see when I first put this together. So I'm going to take this down, hopefully without a problem, and rework it. Let's see what I can come up with. Well, I think when my husband put this mailbox up here that he screwed it into the fence, so I don't think I can get it off. So I'll have to work on it right here as it is. But I've got this paint stick. I'm going to stick it behind here to make sure there's nothing, no big spiders back there, because there were a lot of cobwebs in here. I don't want to get bit by a spider. Yeah, lots of cobwebs. These I can take off the wall though. I mean off the fence. Yeah, that was pretty easy. All right, let's brush this stuff off. Okay, with these, I'm going to leave them as is and just kind of pick out the leaves. All right, I'm going to start cutting these off. It's looking a little better already. I don't think I'm going to mess with the seed and burrito. I'm just going to leave those as is. Okay, I have quite the pile of succulents here, so I'll probably use them maybe in an arrangement, but I won't be doing that today. There's one small bare spot in there, so I'm just going to cut this one and take off the bottom leaves, and I'm going to pluck that into the arrangement. Okay, I'm just going to plug it in right in the back. And it will grow roots. I think I'm going to tuck a few more into the mailbox. As long as they're touching the soil, we're good to go. Yeah, looks good. That's it for now. Well, today is Thursday, and it is 4:10 in the afternoon, and the temperature is about 77 degrees. All right, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with cacti and succulents? Not much, basically nothing. But this video this week is just a little bit different than my normal ones. It just shows you what I'm doing in my garden this week. Okay, these cardboard boxes are going to be going into this huge planter right here. I have a feeling I bought it just a little bit too big. It was on sale at Target. There's no bottom, so it has to go on the ground. I was going to put it on my patio down here, but since there is no bottom, it can't go there. So it's a mess out here. So it's going on top of the ground, and unfortunately I'm going to have to transplant my lemon tree, which makes me sad. Hopefully I won't kill it, but I'll need to remove these few lemons to give it, a good chance of surviving. And anyway, this tree will be a year old at the end of the month, so I really shouldn't let it fruit anyway, so that the branches can grow a little stronger. So we're just going to move the lemon tree a little bit over, probably about 2 feet from that sprinkler. The sprinkler doesn't really spray this side over here that much anyway, so that's another reason why we're going to put it here, because I basically always have to hand water and it gets real weedy. So with the cardboard, I will be cutting it up and placing it on the bottom here, and then my soil will go on top. But this container will get moved over quite a bit, so that is not sitting on the brick. So that is the project for today. Since the planter's going to be in the way, we decided to put Steve up on blocks. That was my husband's idea. That way we can see him. Otherwise, this planter here will block him. Oh yeah, and then I'll paint inside and on the sides. And maybe I could put some succulents in there, pack it with dirt. That would work. That'd look really cool. And there's Steve. This is Mangave Bad Hair Day, and these are soft water spots on my hard water spots on the leaves. He looks good there. Oh yeah, Steve is looking much better. Okay, now for the sad part. Come on. There. Hey, maybe we can call them limes. Oh, one. Oh no, I had 2 more. Oh, there were 4. It has to be done though, because I can't have the plant putting energy into this fruit. I need it to concentrate on its roots. That's very sad. Okay, I have my water ready for when I transplant this guy. I've got some vitamin B1. It's supposed to help stop transplant shock. And I think it says 1 tablespoon per gallon. And this is 2 gallons, so I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in. Okay, now I gotta start digging up that tree. Getting a little nervous here. Yeah, I guess I probably should have. I think I got it. Hopefully we're going to be okay. Well, actually, this is from the tree over there, that root. If you can see that orange tree there, we transplanted that and it was just like bare root. We had some guy come in here to get rid of a palm tree that we had, and we had to move that orange tree. And he pulled it out and it was just bare roots, and we used that vitamin B1 and it lived. Hopefully we're okay on this lemon tree. He's digging the new hole. It's just moved over a little bit, but
You want it forward of this or in line?
doesn't make any difference. Whatever you think. You can see we left a little bit of roots here. I'll keep you guys informed on how this goes, how the tree does. Okay, B1's going on. This is what we use to fill the hole in, which is perfect because this is what I use for my succulents when I plant them. probably will reposition that, but what I will do is move it, and then I'm going to weed eat all this grass up and then lay the cardboard down that I have tore apart. So this is a rather long video, so I am going to end it here. And this is the very end of the video. You got 5 days of what I'm doing in my garden. And check back with me next time to see what I'm up to. Bye.